aggressive group. Gus Bradley does a great job with this scheme and understand the defensive line is a huge part of it. They do an unbelievable job of getting off at the quarterback. They have two great players on the edge, guys that can really get after the quarterback, guys that can move around. They do a lot of different things with them as far as alignments, which even puts more pressure on the offensive line. You'll see them in their normal positions on the edge. You'll see them inside. You'll see them both to one side, and they're just trying to continually attack protection. So it's a big challenge for us from that standpoint, and certainly two guys that can ruin a game in a hurry.
Yeah, you're not just looking out for one, you're looking out for two of them. Let's take a look at both of them here, starting with Melvin Ingram.
Yeah, obviously just a dynamic player and really in an extremely difficult situation. You can see him at the bottom of the screen. He's getting lined up. He obviously draws a lot of attention, a lot of respect. He's getting a chip block here from the offensive player, which kind of forces him back down inside. He continually pushes towards the quarterback, and you can see his power. He has an unbelievable skill set. He can use speed. He can use power. He can use quickness, and he just kind of finishes off the rush right there with a mobile quarterback and Russell Wilson, someone that can get away from pressure, get away from danger, and you can see his athleticism take over there to finish off the play. So, just a great play by him in a critical situation. And again, coming in an alignment where he's going to get chipped, he's going to get hit. They're going to slow down his initial rush off the edge. He just transfers that into power, and then at this point uses that athleticism to finish off the play. So just a great rush by him.
And then you've got Joey Bosa to contend with as well.
Yeah, another issue on the edge, and you can see Bosa up here to the top of the screen getting lined up. Indy does they're trying to get an extra man out there with the tight end position to create an even wider surface to keep him farther away from the quarterback. And I think one of the things he does is just recognizes sets. He recognizes the situation. He sees the back leave, knows that it's going to be passed, gets a great get off right here, and just really beats the tackle to the junction point. You can see the tackle with the low hands, tries to shoot the outside hands. Bosa just swipes it by and then gets into the pocket right away. So quarterback doesn't even really have a chance to set up in this particular situation. The play happens so fast. And again, you can see the width that Indy's trying to create here by putting the tight end to this side to make him run even farther to get to the quarterback, and doesn't even really stop him. He just kind of gives the outside chop to the wrist, turns the corner, gets the toe pointed towards the quarterback, and he's into the backfield. So huge challenge for us this weekend.
What does your offensive line and the guys blocking need to do to be prepared for those two guys?
Well, certainly, obviously they're two great players, and we just got to be ready to go. We got to do a great job with our fundamental technique and make sure that we're, in a good position to block them. We can't overset, we can't underset, we can't reach for them, and we have to do some things protection-wise to try to help us out. It's not a situation where, all day long you just want to leave those guys on islands. You want to try to help them and move it as much as possible. Obviously, a dynamic offense with a lot of playmakers. I think they showed that they have a lot of different weapons, and they can kind of just keep reloading and keep going from that standpoint. Phillip Rivers is a phenomenal competitor. He's a great quarterback. He's been doing it a long time, and someone I have a lot of respect for. He's got a tremendous amount of toughness, and his play style and the way that he goes out and just continually attacks and competes to win every single week. It's real impressive. So I think from our standpoint, we just got to do a great job of trying to make sure that those explosive plays don't happen, even though they can come at any time.
No Melvin Gordon, but that doesn't mean that they don't have weapons at the running back position. What do we see here?
Yeah, so Eckler, the running back, number 30 in the screen game. It's a great situation here in the third quarter where Phillip Rivers does a little bit of a motion here with Allen just to kind of identify the coverage of the defense, moves them back. They really have a misdirection play where they're sending all the wide receivers over to the wide side of the field. A little bit of a play action here to Eckler going into the boundary. They kind of slip the DB that's coming off the edge and setting up the screen game. So at this point right here, they've got a great space play where they can get the ball out to Eckler in space and really allow his natural ability to kind of take over. He does a great job setting up the blocks, the two offensive linemen that are coming out, led by Pouncey right there. You can see him kind of get that last little shot on the DB, which allows Eckler to go right up the numbers, which is where they want to hit the screenplay. So you can see his explosiveness, his speed, his versatility. Once he gets into the back end, you can see right now his leg strength, his drive, his low center of gravity, and his ability to kind of break tackles, take place, and just finish plays off. So certainly a devastating play for a defense when something like that happens. A guy that just has an unbelievable will to make a play and drive through really what should have been a stop at that point after a big play and just turn it into an explosive play.
Then you've got Keenan Allen. Phillip Rivers finds him in traffic on this next clip.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just a great relationship between those two guys. You can see here as the ball's in the fringe area, about to be into the red area. Just the connection between those two players and kind of always being on the same page. Again, Phillip Rivers does a great job identifying what the coverage is. Understands he's going to have some pressure. He moves extremely well in the pocket, gets into space, steps back up and through, and then just launches the ball downfield. I think one of the things he knows and the trust factor between both the quarterback and the receiver. You can see the receiver throwing his hand up, saying, I'm open, throw it long, throw it deep. And Phillip Rivers gets it out there and just trusts that his receiver is going to come down with it, which he does. He makes a great play, comes back towards the ball. He's got extremely strong hands, great catchability, and obviously they score in that situation. So it's just real hard to stop, real dynamic. That's just two great players making a great play.
And it's got to be made even tougher when you have that veteran experience from Phillip Rivers, the quarterback.
Absolutely. And he can just identify those looks, and being on the same page with the receivers, just, give them a chance and have the confidence they're going to make the play.
there's nothing quite like the home game day experience with all of the fans at Ford Field.
I never realized until I became a cheerleader that the fans are hardcore.
To come out of that tunnel and hear the crowd just roar.
You can feel the energy in that stadium, and I get chills every single time.
Every time we see our fans, they're just so happy to see us there, and
It just makes the game so enjoyable for us to have that relationship with the fans.
Just thank you for being there for us, the cheerleaders and the team.
Hello, my name is Allison. I'm studying physical therapy and I'm a Detroit Lions cheerleader. I have been dancing since I was 3 years old, and now I teach dance to kids from 3 to 18. It is my passion and I absolutely love teaching kids and being a role model to them. Right now I am studying physical therapy, and later on I would like to work in sports medicine with other athletes because I appreciate all of the hard work they put into their training and performances, and I think that's really special. One of my passions is to help people, so when I'm helping people in my PT field, I absolutely love doing the same exact thing when I'm at appearances and events. I love talking to people, getting to know a little bit more about them and our city of Detroit. Being a Detroit Lions cheerleader means that I could be an amazing ambassador and just helping people, motivating people, lean on me whenever they need to. I am very family oriented. My 2 brothers are the biggest role models in my life, and they push me and motivate me every single day, and I'm so thankful for that. I have an older brother who went overseas for our country. I think it is amazing how the Detroit Lions does have a salute to service themed game, and it's awesome that they get to honor all of the working and veterans that have fought for our country.